Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. We are currently in the month of August here in season number 3, and really this entire season has been very up and down for us. We had a great month of April. We were, I think, the best team in the league after the first month of the year, and since then we just haven't really been consistent at all. We haven't been bad, but there's just no consistency with this team. We're 9.5 games back of first place for the division. We are currently the #1 wild card in the American League, but not by a lot. The Blue Jays are only a game back, and there are some other teams creeping up not too far behind. Last episode, we went over the MLB trade deadline. We made 2 good moves, in my opinion, which will help us out for not just the short term, but also the long term. We gave away 4 players. Cal Quantrill is headed to the Atlanta Braves, along with Andres Jimenez and Gabriel Arias. And we also sent away Xavier Curry to the Baltimore Orioles. But we got 4 really enticing pieces. We got 1 prospect, an 18-year-old starting pitcher, and Francisco Acevedo, who throws gas. And then the 3 big leaguers we got are headlined by starting pitcher Max Fried. We've been looking for a true #2 pitcher in the rotation. We've been looking for a lefty since Blake Snell got injured. And although Fried's numbers don't look spectacular over the last 2 seasons, I think he's pitched better than his stats suggest. He is a free agent at the end of the offseason. He wants around $15 million. We are certainly going to have to consider what we want to do with him after this season, especially with over $100 million already tied in the books next year. We also acquired Dansby Swanson in that trade with Atlanta. Again, I think his offensive numbers are better than what they suggest. Over half of his base hits have gone for extra bases, and he's a good defensive player as well, and I think he'll give us more consistency in the middle infield. And then we got Dylan Tate from the Orioles, who's been unbelievable through the entire series. This is a guy who's pitched about 100 innings a season and has not had an ERA fall above 3. He's been absolutely spectacular. So I think those trade deadline pickups should certainly help this team out when it comes to making a playoff run and hopefully making a run in the postseason. Hopefully we can have a more consistent month of August because, again, since really May started, we have been very up and down. It's been a roller coaster since then. I do have a quick roster move I would like to make involving the pitching rotation. Daniel Espino's been okay since he was called up to the big leagues. I wouldn't say he's been bad. However, I don't think he's been pitching that well lately. I think he could use some time in the minor leagues. And right now, Gavin Williams is pitching out of his mind down in AAA. Williams pitched in 8 games last year due to Adbert Alzolay's injury that he suffered early in the year, and he was solid. Hopefully, since it's been over a year, he's much improved. So he is going to slide into the rotation where Espino was for now. We did not lose a minor league option by sending Espino down, so I don't think it's much of a concern. I simulated up to Williams' first start, and we split the first 2 games against the Tigers. Shane Bieber still, in fact, owns the Tigers. He pitched very well. However, in the second game, I guess you could say Jackson Jobe owned us. Max Fried pitched really well, 7 innings, only allowing 1 run, but the offense could not do really much of anything. So that'll bring us to the 3rd game, the rubber match. Gavin Williams' season debut. He'll be going up against Casey Mize. Comerica Park is a very pitchers-friendly ballpark, maybe the most pitcher-friendly park in all of baseball. And the Tigers lineup is pretty questionable to begin with. So this is a really good opportunity for Gavin Williams to show his stuff here in his season debut as the Detroit Tigers come to the field. The Tigers are the clear 3rd best team in the AL Central. They're kind of in the mix for a wild card race, but not really at the same time as we look at both lineups, 1-9. Casey Mize getting the start for Detroit. He's been pretty good this year, 3.44 ERA, 1.18 whip. He has lived up to the hype of being the #1 overall draft pick back in 2018. Here's Jose Ramirez up to the plate with 2 away, and Ramirez crushes a moonshot into right field. You can't forget about it. A long bomb by Jose Ramirez. When it's a no-doubter at Comerica Park, you know that one went a long way, 450 feet, to put Cleveland ahead 1-0. To put that into perspective, our home run derby champion this year, Franmil Reyes, did not have a single home run during the derby that went at least 450. And Jose Ramirez just hit one here in game. An absolute piss missile off the bat into almost the second deck up there and right. So here's Gavin Williams, the East Carolina product, pitched in 8 games last year, has been very good this season in AAA Columbus when healthy. He did miss some time with an injury, but when he's been on the mound, he's pitched at a very high level. His first batter, Colton Wong, goes down on a 96-mile-an-hour pitch. Good start to the inning for Gavin Williams. 2 away for Riley Green, hitting .305 on the year as that one gets by the diving glove of Ramirez for a single into right center field. So Green is aboard with 2 away. That'll bring up the big power hitter, Joey Gallo. He draws a walk. Gallo has better plate discipline than just about anybody in the major leagues. Keibert Ruiz looking to capitalize with 2 runners on, and he does exactly that. Ruiz hits it into the left center gap. That'll score 1. Gallo looking to get home as well. The throw from the cutoff man is just not in time. 2-run double for Keibert Ruiz. And the Detroit Tigers take a 2-1 lead, but they're not done. Jonathan Scope rips it up the middle into center. Margot's throw to the plate is a very good one, but again, just not in time. That'll score a run, and the Tigers lead 3-1. Not a good first inning for Gavin Williams as it finally comes to a close off of a ground out to short by Blake Rutherford. Good start for the Tiger lineup, who has only scored, I think, 4 runs through the first 2 games of the series, and they already had 3 here in just the first inning today. That'll bring us into the second inning now. The 19-year-old rookie, Ramirez, continuing to show off his discipline at the plate, draws an early inning walk. 2 away for the shortstop, Dansby Swanson, who pops it into center. High and actually pretty deep, but it is caught out there by Green. The Tigers' center field is super deep, 420 to dead center is the mark at the wall as we go to the bottom of the second. Isaac Paredes goes down on the curveball. Good pitch by Gavin Williams, looking to get his confidence going after a very rough first inning, which he started off well, but it went downhill pretty quickly. Into the third, 2 away for Ketel Marte. Swings at a pitch he shouldn't have, but it still goes for a base hit. That's Cleveland's first hit by someone not named Jose Ramirez. And so it will now bring up Jose Ramirez with an opportunity to do some damage. And he does exactly that, ripping that one by the glove of the first baseman for a single into right field. So the Guardians have 2 runners on. A huge opportunity for the Franimal. Franmil Reyes with a full count pitch on its way. Pops it into right field. This one is high and deep at that track, at the wall. It's caught. In some ballparks, actually, let me rephrase. In most ballparks, that's a home run, but not at Comerica. Rutherford makes a great play at the wall. He did not necessarily rob a home run, but he robbed probably a 2-run double, which is still kind of a big deal. Into the bottom of the third, there's Yandy Diaz going down on the curveball. Gavin Williams seems to be getting a lot more comfortable as he gets Riley Green on the curveball. Count was full. That would have been a walk, but Green goes fishing. Williams pitching well the past couple of innings as he faces off against Joey Gallo, looking to strike out the side. Not going to happen. Gallo singles into right. Hopefully this isn't like the first inning where the Tigers get some hits with 2 outs and are really able to start a rally off of it. The following batter, that is Keibert Ruiz, had the 2-run double in the first inning. Pops out to center, caught by Margot. Another pretty good inning from Gavin Williams as it remains 3-1. Casey Mize has pitched overall a really strong game so far as he strikes out Jesus Sanchez on the curveball. Again, that pitch was well outside the zone, but Sanchez goes pitching. That'll bring up George Valera now. What a play by Mize! Should have been a base hit, but Casey Mize with excellent reflexes showing off the glove. And Mize is pitching one hell of a game so far. 3-1 remains your score going into the bottom of the fourth. Jonathan Scope leads the inning off with a walk, so that gives the Tigers another base runner. 2 away, Scope on second for Isaac Paredes, who flies this one into shallow right. Jesus Sanchez will make the play. Another scoreless inning for Gavin Williams. Neither team has scored since the first inning as it remains 3-1. Top of the fifth, Luis Campusano grounds it to the pitcher. Again, looked like it could have been a base hit, but apparently Casey Mize is a secret gold glover out there as he makes another really nice play. 2 gone for Manuel Margot. Count is full. Pitch on its way, and that will be a walk as Margot looks at the outside slider for ball 4. And we'll see if Ketel Marte can keep the inning alive. Marte hits this one high and pretty well into right. but Rutherford is under it. Another scoreless inning for Casey Mize. We'll see if the Tigers keep him in going into the 6th, or if his day is done. Bottom 5, Gavin Williams remains in for Cleveland as here's Colton Wong. Hits it nicely into right. Sanchez cannot make the play. Wong rounds first, heads to second for a no-out double. And the Detroit Tigers start the inning with a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up Yandy Diaz, who hits it well into center. The runner will hold up at third despite a pretty bad throw by Margot. So now there's runners on the corners. Nobody out here for Riley Green, who grounds it to first. Ramirez bobbles it. Yes, Jose Ramirez is playing at first today. Tags the base, runner scores, and it's now 4-1. The Guardians have kind of mixed up the infield today with Josh Bell getting the day off. Keibert Ruiz with 2 away, grounds it to short. Ketel Marte will make the play, and that'll stop a run from scoring. 5 innings, 4 earned runs for Gavin Williams in his season debut. Not terrible, but not great. Top 6, Oppo Popo for Jose Ramirez. His 2nd home run of the ball game, and the Guardians are back on the board. It's now 4-2. Cleveland's 2 runs today are a pair of solo home runs by Jose Ramirez. One into right, that one into left. Only goes 397 feet, but once again, a no-doubter. Casey Mize taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Kendall Graveman. Casey Mize did really well against all batters not named Jose Ramirez. I think the rest of the team might have had 1 hit the entire game. J-Ram, meanwhile, is 3 for 3 with 2 dingers. Kendall Graveman's first batter is Franmil Reyes, who singles into right. We'll see if the Guardians can really start a rally here with the pitching change, getting some momentum off of the home run. Full count pitch on its way for Jesus Sanchez. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he will look at it for ball 4. Good eye. Runners on the corners, 1 away for George Valera. All you cannot afford is a double play or a weak fly out into the infield. And that is exactly what happened. So now Cleveland's going to need a base hit here if they want to drive one of these runs in from Dansby Swanson. 1-2 pitch. Swanson rips it into left for a single. Reyes will score, and Cleveland brings it within 1. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Very productive offensive inning for the Guardians. We'll see if they have more up their sleeve. Josh Naylor in as a pinch hitter. Grounds it to the pitcher. Nice play by Graveman to get the out, but still a good inning. Cleveland scores 2. Another home run by Jose Ramirez, and then an RBI single by Dansby Swanson. Dylan Tate comes into the game for Gavin Williams. So far since the trade, Tate has pitched quite well since being acquired from the Baltimore Orioles, as expected. Jonathan Scope leads the inning off. He reached base in his first 2 at-bats, but strikes out on the circle change. 2 away for Yerman Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch on its way. Hit pretty well into center. Margot will not make the play. Luckily, Naylor was there behind him, or else that could have been really bad. But still a double for Yerman Rodriguez, his 2nd of the season. Long at bat here for Isaac Paredes. It lasts 9 pitches, but it results in an inning fly out to center. Good inning for Dylan Tate. He does not allow any runners to score, and it remains a 4-3 game. Very tight battle. We'll see if Cleveland can continue to push a rally here against the bullpen. Jacob Barnes in for Detroit. He has an ERA hovering around 6 and has been overall pretty bad this year. 1 away for Marte. He strikes out on the fastball. 95 up and away in the zone. 2 away now for Jose Ramirez. 3 for 3, 2 homers. Why not another? Jose Ramirez with the hat trick. Another no-doubter in a right center field. He had one go 450 earlier today. That one, according to the measuring tape, wait for the number, 464. He's had 3 no-doubt home runs today at Comerica Park. Jose Ramirez is him. He is literally the entire offense today, and this game is tied up. What a performance from Jose Ramirez. 4 for 4, 3 dingers, as the inning comes to an end with a Franmil Reyes strikeout. But still a productive inning. Cleveland ties the game. Jose Ramirez is that dude. Camilo Doval is also that dude. He has a sub-2 ERA and just about 80 innings of work as he gets Colton Wong to strike out on the outside slider for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Yandy Diaz. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. He goes down on the 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and then there is the perfect hat trick. 3 Ks in a row for Camilo Doval. He gets Riley Green looking. Another phenomenal inning for Camilo Doval as he strikes out the side. Tied at 4 going into the 8th. Gregory Soto is in for Detroit. He's been pretty bad this year, 5.45 ERA. Facing off against Ramon Ramirez, a lefty killer. He hits this one high and deep. And a right at the track, it's caught. Another ball that probably would have been a home run elsewhere, but not here at Comerica Park. Gregory Soto, lucky that that one stayed in the ballpark. That'll bring up Eliezer Alfonso, the rookie catcher. He singles it into center field. Alfonso has honestly been better than the main catcher, Luis Campusano. Both of them have platooned throughout the year, but I think Alfonso has been the better of the two. Dansby Swanson now up, grounded to short, and the Tigers will get out of the inning. Good scoop at first base. So it remains a 4-4 ball game. Camilo Duvall will stay in for bottom of the 8th as he strikes out Joey Gallo. Duvall's normally a guy you're only going to get one inning out of, but Cleveland trusts him more than the other relievers in their bullpen, and for good reason, because Duvall might be the best reliever in baseball. He does allow a one-out single here to Keibert Ruiz. Cleveland's got to be smart with how they manage him. Javed Scope is now up, goes down, swinging on the way low and outside slider. Count was full as well. Just a filthy pitch by Duvall, and he also strikes out Blake Rutherford. Duvall faces off against 7 batters, striking out 6 of them. Yeah, he's like that, fired up, going back to the dugout. Buck Farmer in for Detroit. He's been pretty average this year, 3.97 ERA here in the top of the 9th. As with 2 away, Ketel Marte pops it up. The catcher, Keibert Ruiz, should make the play, and Cleveland will not win this game in regulation. Can the Tigers walk it off in the bottom of the 9th off of James Karinchak, or will we go into extras? Karinchak has a 4.01 ERA this season as he strikes out Rodriguez for the first out of the inning. Good start for Karinchak, hoping to get that ERA below 4. That'll bring up Isaac Paredes. The 2-2 goes down on the 4-seam fastball. The last 8 outs by Tiger hitters have been strikeouts. Why not make it 9? Karinchak strikes out the side, and we are going to extra innings. No winner here. Detroit 4, Jose Ramirez 4. Yeah, Jose Ramirez has been the offense as he leads off the 10, 4 for 4 with 3 home runs. I don't think he got this one out of the yard. He hits it pretty high and deep, but it is caught for the first out of the inning. Ketel Marte, the extra inning runner, staying at second. Full count now for Franmil Reyes. He draws a walk on the low circle change. So the Guardians have 2 runners on base. Buck Farmer still in the game, by the way, as he's going to plunk Jesus Sanchez, and the bases are now loaded. A huge opportunity for the new kid, Ramon Ramirez. Full count, 1 away. Ramirez lines this one into right. It's caught by Rutherford. Marte's going to head home, and then he will retreat back to third, which is smart because he would have been out. So the bases are loaded. 2 away. A huge at-bat for Eliezer Alfonso as Jose Cisnero will come into the game on the mound for Detroit. Full count, bases loaded, 2 away, extra innings. The pitch is a walk. That's got to be a tough pitch to lay off. Great discipline by Alfonso. Marte scores. It's 5-4. Bases remain loaded for Dansby Swanson, who hits it well into right, but it is caught. So Cleveland leads the bases loaded. They could have done a lot more there, but at least they score 1 and are going to hand the ball to the closer, Emmanuel Clase, who will look to finish off the game. 38 for 40 in save ops this season with a sub-2 ERA and a strikeout-to-walk ratio of 38-5. I think it's pretty good as Yandy Diaz strikes out for the first out of the inning. Colton Wong is the extra innings runner. Riley Green pops this one into shallow left center. Dansby Swanson should and will make the play. So Clase retires for first 2 batters. And now the Tigers are going to need a base hit to stay alive. It's Gallo who hits it high and pretty deep in the right center field. Margot is under it, and he will make the catch. 5-4 in 10. Your final, a gritty win here for the Cleveland Guardians. This is a game that we really did not look like we were going to win for most of it, but the Guardians are able to pull away. The bullpen was unbelievable. Jose Ramirez with 3 no-doubt homers, 2 of which went more than 450 feet, and everybody else was good enough to get the win. 5 runs, 8 hits. Obviously, the 3 dingers by Ramirez. We also had an RBI single from Dansby Swanson, and of course, the game-winning run off of the Eliezer Alfonso walk, which drove in Marte. Gavin Williams was not great, but the bullpen was great. There's a reason why we've invested so much into these guys, with Tate with the trade, Duvall with the trade and the contract extension, Karinchak and Clase with their extensions. There's a reason why we focused on the bullpen, and today, the bullpen won us this game. So we win the series against Detroit. We're going to simulate our next 6 games, 4 at Fenway against the Red Sox, and then 2 against San Diego. I wanted to play against Colorado because they've actually been pretty good this year. George Valera broke his leg, and he will be out 1 to 2 months. That's not good. Although Valera has been disappointing this season, this is still a big loss for the offense. We already have 5 outfielders, not counting Valera, on the roster, so I don't think we need to add another outfielder, or really another bat. We're actually going to call up Alex Vesia from AAA, who will insert to the bullpen, and now Margot's going to get more playing time. Will Benson, Josh Naylor, they're going to get increased playing time with the injury. So we would go 2-4. We split against Boston. We lose the 2 games against the Padres. Not ideal. I wanted to play this last game against the Rockies, get another opportunity to pitch with Max Fried. He'll be going up against Jake Odorizzi. So I simulated the first 2, and we split, winning 4-2, losing 3-4. 2 pretty low-scoring games against Colorado. Would have been fun to play at Coors Field, but this one is in Cleveland on national television, might I add. And these 2 teams have a whole lot to play for. The Guardians and the Rockies are both well in the mix for the wild card races within their conferences. As we look at both lineups, obviously no George Valera with the injury. I think Max Fried's first month as a Guardian has been very successful. We'll see what he can do against a pretty talented Colorado lineup, as the inning will start 1-2-3 with a Chris Bryant ground out over to the second baseman, Ramon Ramirez. The Rockies will be trotting out the veteran right-hander Jake Odorizzi, who's been fine this year, 3.95 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. Nothing spectacular, but certainly not bad by any stretch either. Ketel Marte leads it off for the Guardians. Cleveland's best offensive player swings at a pitch outside the zone, but it'll still go for a hard hit, base hit into right field. So Cleveland opens up with an early base runner. That'll bring up the Franimal. Franmil Reyes with 2 away and an opportunity to drive in a run, and it looks like he's going to do exactly that. This one looks like it could be a double for Reyes. Will Marte leave third or go home? He's going to hold up. Interesting call. It would have been a very close play at the plate. I do think Cleveland made the right decision. I think he would have been out. So now there's runners in scoring position for Josh Bell. He strikes out on the curveball. Great pitch by Odorizzi. Cleveland leads 2 runners in scoring position and will not score anybody here in the bottom of the first inning. Game remains tied at 0. Let's move into the second inning now. Sancho Andrade leads it off for the Rockies. He will draw a walk, Colorado's first base runner today. We'll see if the middle of this order can drive them in. Here's Randall Grichuk, goes down looking on the outside, 4-seam fastball. Nice pitch from Fried, his first strikeout of the game, and he would get through the rest of the inning, bringing us to the bottom of the second. Josh Naylor getting the start in the outfield today for Cleveland. He goes down looking on the splitter. Jake Odorizzi looks good so far as well as we move into the top of the fourth, still scoreless. No-hitter for Max Fried ends here. The second baseman, Chuka Chaka Nawara, hits that one into left field, and that'll end up as a double. So the speedster, Chaka Nawara, is on second base with nobody out, and the heart of the order due up to drive him in. Chris Bryant strikes out on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That'll bring up Brendan Rodgers with 2 away. He goes down looking on the circle change. So after the Chuka Chaka Nawara double, Max Fried will retire the rest of the side. Still remains scoreless going into the bottom of the fourth. Can Cleveland finally get on the board here? That's a good start to the inning as Franmil Reyes singles into left field. The Cleveland offense, just like the first game of today's episode, has started off quiet. We'll see if they can get moving here. Josh Bell draws a walk. So if nobody out, Cleveland has their first 2 runners on base. They would advance to second and third now with 1 away for the rookie. Ramon Ramirez singles it into center. 1 run scores. Bell looking to make it 2. The throw to the plate is a little bit offline and just not in time. A 2-run single for the 19-year-old sensation, Ramon Ramirez. And the Guardians lead this game 2-0 as we go into the 5th. Dimeji Odiemi up for Colorado. Grounds it to second. Ramirez does a great job of deflecting it with his body and gets the out. Ramirez is not a great defensive player, so it's nice seeing him make a really good play at second base to get the out. Bottom 5, 2-0 score. Max Fried pitching another gem here as Ketel Marte rips that one past the glove of Tim Anderson, the shortstop, likely for extra bases as he waltzes into second for a double. Ketel Marte continues to have a dominant season offensively here for the Guardians. That'll bring up Jesus Sanchez, who rips this one into the right center gap. Marte should score with no problem. It's an RBI double for Jesus Sanchez, and the Cleveland Guardians extend the lead as it is now a 3-0 ball game. From there, the Rockies will make a pitching change. Jake Odorizzi's taken out of the game and will be replaced by Jaden Hill, who in 121 innings this season has an ERA at 5.13. He's a very young, talented prospect, but he has had a little down season this year in the big leagues, as Franmil Reyes will be safe at first. They're going to call that a base hit. I think Chakanawara did a good job of deflecting it. It wasn't necessarily a bad play by him out at second base. 2-2 count now with one away for Josh Bell. Has to avoid the double play. 3-6-3 goes down Bell. Jaden Hill gets out of the inning. The Guardians do score a run, but it certainly feels like they could have gotten more. Top 6, Tim Anderson up for the Rockies. This one is down the line and fair. Hit off the side wall and left. Could have been a double if it didn't deflect off the wall, but Anderson's going to hold up at first. Nonetheless, the talented shortstop Tim Anderson is on with one away. That'll bring up Chakanawara, who grounds it to Fried, to Swanson, to Bell. 1-6-3 double play for the Cleveland defense. That's 6 scoreless for Max Fried, who is not showing any signs of slowing down. Bottom 6, 3-0 ball game. Here's Josh Naylor. Hits this one well into right field. That'll drop for a single, and he is on base for the first time today. The native of Canada is aboard with nobody away. That'll bring up Ramon Ramirez, who drove in 2 runs in his last at-bat with a base hit. He's going to get another one here as this one is hit down the third base line. Naylor heads for third. Risky decision. The throw is on time, but the tag is applied late, so Naylor is safe. A gutsy base-running decision there by Josh Naylor, and it didn't even really matter because Dansby Swanson draws a walk, so Naylor would advance to third anyway. But still, pretty cool play, I guess, by Naylor. Anyway, the bases are loaded. 2-2 count with one away for Ketel Marte. He goes down looking on the slider. What a pitch from Hill. Ketel Marte, all he had to do was really have solid contact there and a run would have scored. So now the bases are loaded for Jesus Sanchez. He swings and misses at the changeup. Great job by Jaden Hill to get out of the jam there for Colorado. And the score remains 3-0 going into the 7th. Brendan Rodgers, a former top prospect up for the Rockies, grounds it to second. Ramon Ramirez with another nice play. Throw to first is in time. And so that'll end Max Fried's outing. 7 innings, 0 earned runs, just 2 hits allowed. His best start as a Guardian. And so far through the first month he's been here, he has been shut out phenomenal. Jose Ramirez leads off the bottom of the 7th with a walk. Certainly a quieter game than he had in Detroit, but good to see him getting aboard. That'll bring up Josh Bell. Count is full. Runner on first, one away. And Bell swings and misses at the fastball. Jaden Hill has pitched a good 2+ innings so far. No earned runs against his name. We'll see if he can keep it going against Will Benson, who enters as a pinch hitter and 8 at-bats in his big league career. Benson's hitting .375. He's been good, and he gets that average even higher for possibly an extra base hit. J-Ram rounds third, heads to the plate. The throw from Anderson is a good one, but not in time. An RBI double for Will Benson, who continues to play very well in limited at-bats. And with George Valera's injury, hopefully he'll get to see more and more playing time as a starter in the outfield. 2 away here for Ramon Ramirez. Count is full. This one is singled into left. Benson is going to head home. The throw to the plate is offline, and Benson is safe. I don't think the left fielder was expecting Benson to go home because that was a shallow single, but Benson's got some wheels showing him there, and it's now 5-0. Ramon Ramirez has driven in 3 of Cleveland's runs today. Nick Sandlin enters out of the bullpen here in the 8th inning for the Guardians. 2.73 ERA. He's been highly productive this season as the catcher Seby Zavala singles into right. This is Zavala's first Major League game in 3 years, since 2021 with the White Sox. Speaking of the White Sox, former White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson strikes out to end the inning. Still remains 5-0. The Cleveland pitching staff having one hell of a day. Michael Fulmer enters out of the bullpen here for the Rockies, the former All-Star starter in Detroit, as he starts the inning by walking Dansby Swanson. So he is aboard. That'll bring up Jesus Sanchez, who drove in a run earlier, and he gets punked. Sanchez got hit in the last game as well, so he's got hit by pitches twice today. What do these pitchers have against our boy Jesus? That'll bring up Jose Ramirez. He draws a walk, and the Guardians load the bases with one away. A big opportunity here for the Franimal, Franmil Reyes, who is a full count. 3 for 4 today, draws a walk. Good eye. I know Reyes wanted to swing there, but he'll drive in a run in Swanson, so now it is 6-0. That'll bring up Luis Campusano, his first at-bat of the game, grounded to second. 4-6-3 double play. That'll end the inning. Cleveland scores 1, but with all those base runners, they could have done more, but they still lead comfortably here going into the 9th. Camilo Duvall is in to finish out the ball game. The ERA is going up a little, now at 2.04 as he strikes out Sancho Andrade on the inside. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Cleveland with a shutout win, 6-0. Max Fried, 7 scoreless innings. Certainly the player of the game today. The offense wasn't spectacular. We didn't have any balls leave the yard, but 6 runs, 11 hits. We did a good job of getting base runners. It's just that we left a lot of guys on base. I think 13 total players were left on. We could have scored more with the amount of hits and walks we drew. The discipline today was great. But it didn't really matter how the offense played because the pitching was lights out. Again, Max Fried, I think his best game is a Guardian, which says a lot because he's been phenomenal. And the other pitchers were really good too. So Jesus Sanchez got a cold during the game. How that's possible, I don't know. Obviously not a serious injury, but just something I found kind of funny. So we're going to simulate up to the month of September, where September call-ups will open. And we did fine in this stretch. We lost the series to the Royals, which is not ideal, and then we split against the White Sox. I'm not putting as much attention on this Chicago series because our chances of winning the division are really slim. And we do have 2 more series against Chicago in September, but it's not looking good. We did not make up any ground in the wild card race, but Blue Jays are actually now all of a sudden a few games ahead of us. The Rays are only 3 behind. The Rangers are 4.5. And we do have a series with Toronto coming up in early September. So we've got to be very strategic with our September call-ups as we add 2 players from the minors to the big league roster. And we've got to make moves that'll certainly help this team through September to get ourselves in a playoff spot because it is far from a guarantee that we're going to get in. I'm planning on international free agency being in the next episode. I'm not sure yet, but I promise that'll be at some point before the end of the season, hopefully in the next episode, but we'll see. I don't want to make any guarantees. So that's going to wrap up the video. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.